I'm going to talk to you about 6 toxic relationship habits. Toxic means that it brings harm to the relationship. Habit means it's something that you do frequently and becomes a regular part of your relationship. Now, this could be on your part, the other person's part, or both of you. The first one is blaming the other person for your actions. Blame is very common. People defensively blame other people. Little kids blame other people. All of us want to hide from what we do and not take responsibility for it. But we need to. We need to be willing to take responsibility for the part that we've played, for the things that we've done. And if we don't, it brings harm to the relationship. You absolutely get nowhere, as marriage counselors can attest, when 2 people are doing this, pointing the finger at each other, refusing to look backward at themselves. It becomes a game. It can actually become very toxic if it comes one-sided from the other person, and it's just this constant barrage. And as the blame becomes a way of tearing the other person down, putting the other person down, and actively attacking that person. The next one is refusing to self-evaluate. People often ask me, what is the number one important thing that I have to have in somebody that I date to make a good partner? That's it. Somebody who can self-evaluate. Somebody who can look inward and say, hey, I messed up here. I did okay here. When you come to that person and you say, what you did the other day kind of hurt my feelings. I felt like I was slighted. I felt like I wasn't important. You want somebody to be able to listen to you, think about their actions in a healthy way, reflect on it, and come back to you and respond to you. If the person cannot self-evaluate, or if you can't self-evaluate, you will never have your things that bother you validated. You will not have a person who's able to look back and say, I'm sorry, and take responsibility for the way that they have affected you. The next one is automatic defensiveness. We are all automatically defensive at first. When somebody attacks us or criticizes us or says something that feels hurtful or feels like it might, kind of pierce our self-esteem or our self-image, we automatically want to rise up and say, no, don't do that to me. Don't say that to me. But defensiveness is not healthy in a relationship, because defensiveness means that you defend rather than look at something and see, is it true, and respond to it. And just respond truthfully. Defensive just automatically puts up some kind of barrier to protect you, and that will not have healthy honesty in the relationship if the defensiveness is a chronic on both of your parts. Then keeping score. Keeping score is when we say, you've done that to me 100 times, I've only done it to you twice. So when somebody says to you, that kind of hurt my feelings, you say, well, you've hurt my feelings way more than that. If that's the kind of relationship you have where it's the score of keeping back and forth, you've done it more to me than I've done it to you, you're not going to get anywhere. You will build resentments, you will not heal, you will not forgive, you will not move on, and you will not grow. And withdrawing. Withdrawing is when you just disconnect from the relationship. You shut down emotionally, you might shut down physically, you might shut down by not participating. Withdrawing kind of shuts the door. It doesn't allow the relationship to deal with what's wrong. It doesn't allow you or the other person to be an active participant, to work on things. So withdrawing is something that we do. Sometimes people will do it with a silent treatment. But if that silent treatment, if you're just kind of pouting and pulling back and taking time to think, okay. But if you're literally actively withdrawing and not being a part of the relationship, but staying in it, then you're harming the relationship. The last one is contempt and hostility. Contempt is to have disdain. It's to show hatred and utter disregard for the other person. Hostility means that you feel hostile. You have just an overriding anger toward that person. And that is not how you should feel toward people that you care about. So you got to deal with that. But if you have a lot of contempt and hostility mutually in your relationship or coming from one person, that is absolutely harming the relationship. So I hope you'll kind of assess your own actions, the actions of the other person. Figure out, is something going on in your relationship that is causing it to be toxic for you? What about these 6 relationship habits? Blaming the other person for your actions, refusing to self-evaluate, automatic defensiveness, keeping score, withdrawing, and contempt and hostility. Thank you for watching this video on Change My Relationship. I hope you'll check out more of my videos on my website and also my YouTube channel. Thanks. Have a nice day.